Taking time out to let go. My body is now letting go. I can feel the light rise. Taking time out to let go. My body is now telling me so. I can feel the light rise. Taking time out to let go. My body is now letting go. I can feel the love rise. Taking time out to let go. My body is now telling me so. I can feel the light rise. Feel the love rise.
As we are gathering, I say good morning, Unity of Payson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, well, that was pretty good. It was a little scattered, but anyway, I'm so glad that you're here. And if you can give me a little more volume, Tom. Take a moment to just be here now. To be quiet. To be quiet as we open in prayer. God of all goodness, we are grateful. Grateful that we're not part of a stagnant universe that just stays stuck, that never moves on, but one that's always moving forward and upward. And we too are a part of that universe. We too are a part of the divine presence that is the creator and the sustainer of all that is. So as we gather this morning, we keep that in mind. We don't shrink back from change. We look for inspiration for change, and we become change. So again, I am grateful for each and every one who has joined us at this time, and we are ever, ever grateful that prayer that is beyond all prayers. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. And so it is. So as we begin our service, we have a song that if you're here in person, we invite you to stand up, and the name of the song is Stand. And we'll sing along, and if you've got something to shake or you want to dance a little bit, well, go right ahead. And here we go. Give it to us now.
Let there be peace. I am standing for peace. Let there be love. I am standing for love. Let there be joy. I am standing for joy. We are making a new world. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand. I'm gonna stand up for joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now.
Good morning, Unity of Payson.
Morning.
That was a fun song, and I really liked the song that was playing with the gathering music. Oh my gosh.
Thanks to Terry.
Oh, Terry, I need to know who that was. I think it was Lou Reed, but I'm not sure. About Feel Your Feelings. Anyway, we welcome you. And let's say our welcoming prayer.
Oh,
all right.
Put that up.
We want to recognize anybody who is new to Unity of Payson. If you're online and you're new, please unmute and tell us how you found us. And I don't have a gallery view. Do I just touch this?
Yeah, swipe.
Swipe. Yeah, now I have a gallery view. Yeah, I see Rev J. Here comes Neal to welcome people.
Oh, I see some people and I have to say hello. Rev J, I'm so delighted that you can come and be with us. That's just, that gets me. Ed, okay, I got to put on my glasses so I can really see who's there. I'm looking at a monitor here. Ed, our board president, Bobby and John. Bobby and John, we miss you at Saturday Soul Booth, but we struggled through anyway. And Phyllis, I'm so glad to see you online. I love seeing you here in person. And if you can't be here in person, you can be here online. Teresa, faithful Teresa, our Tai Chi teacher, our activist in chief, I think, and Marianne. I think that's it. And
And Kay Butler.
Kay Butler. Oh, Kay Butler was here at Saturday Soul Boost. Good ideas. And thank you all. Glad you're here.
Swipe. All right. So if you'd like to receive our weekly e-newsletter, we just need your email. So if you're listening to this later, you can go to unityofpayson.org and go to the contact page and leave us your contact information. We'll get you the Monday e-newsletter. We're not going to inundate you with emails, just the Monday e-newsletter. It comes out very early in the morning. So you can look at it all day long if you want to. Let's say our prayer from our Unity of Payson family. We love you. We appreciate you. We welcome you, and we bless the Christ you are. Yes, amen. And gratitudes, we're grateful for those who support us with your time, talent, and treasure. Everyone who's here in person today is a supporter, and everyone who's online is a supporter right now. And come and join us. Come in and join us in person or online every Sunday. Let's see. We're grateful for the technology allows us to continue to hold hybrid services in person and online. We have online folks from all over the country that join us, and we can have online folks from all over the world because Unity is worldwide. It's a global community. Okay. Anybody have a gratitude they'd like to share? If so, you could raise your virtual hand or you can raise your hand in person.
Rick's got the mic.
Rick's got the mic. So, and make sure it's on.
I'm not hearing it.
On?
Yes.
There.
There
you go.
Ooh, dangerous to give me a mic. So,
I'm going to have a gratitude.
oh, cool.
But I have a mic.
Yeah, you've got a mic.
So I'm grateful for the cooler weather. My goodness, the high today is only 85. Isn't that wonderful? It's trike riding weather.
Well, I have a gratitude. I want to say a huge thank you to the Banner Hospital folks and all of our medical support folks here in Payson. And I have a gratitude for getting rid of a kidney stone.
Yay. Bless you.
One more to go. And then they're going into jewelry. I'm going to make jewelry for them, we'll sell them, and then share that money with the Unity of Payson.
Somebody online was saying something?
I don't see a hand raised online.
I thought I heard somebody.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Bless you. Let's see. We're going to talk about prayer and meditation now. Our chaplains are available to pray with you. You may email your request to Rev Neal at neal.unityofpayson@gmail.com. And our prayer team will pray with you for 30 days. And then we will forward your request to Silent Unity for another 30 days of 24/7 prayer vigil. All prayer requests are held sacred and confidential. For personalized prayer support during the week, please leave your contact information with your request, and a chaplain will contact you. And is there anything else I want to say about this? Unity is grounded in meditation and affirmative prayer. And so that's where it starts. It starts in consciousness. Whatever we desire, allow it to live in your consciousness. And then you can see it manifest in your world. Unity of Payson's theme for July is becoming the change. Let's say our affirmation together. By accepting the change we see around us, changing our consciousness to match our desires, and being the change we wish to see, we change the world. So it's an inside job. Today's speaker is Rev Neal Worthington, and seeing the change.
No. Is it possible to change the world? We got the wrong title.
Oh, I'm
there.
sorry. I thought I got the right
Is it
one.
possible to change the world?
Is it possible to change the world? That is the title for today's talk. And we have last week's title on. Sorry about that.
No, that's next week. So Rev J will be doing that next week.
Thank you for that detail. Okay, next week, we'll talk about that in the announcements. All right, so let's prepare for meditation now as we listen to our meditation song.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for all that is. Give praise, give praise, give praise, give praise. Give praise for all that is. There will never ever be another day just like this day, so let's give praise now. Selah, Selah, Selah. Selah, Selah, for all that is. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks for all that is. There will never ever be another day just like this day, so let's give praise now. Namaste for all that is. There will never ever just like this day, so let's give praise now. We give praise and I say la namaste. We give praise for all that is.
Let's take now some time to sustain this quiet, this thoughtful, this prayerful moment. So breathe deeply and notice your breath. Open your mind. Open your heart. Push back the shutters of your awareness so that you can see and know the truth. Your role in that expression of truth. So take a moment in the quiet to consider this. I embrace what is. Whatever situation you find yourself in, whatever circumstance there is, it's all intended for good. And so, in the silence, I embrace what is. And then knowing that change comes at special times and expresses in different ways, the very nature that we have, that of one which expands, grows larger, lifts higher. We evolve. So in the quiet, think now for a moment about your unfoldment and the unfoldment of the community in which you get your spiritual strength. In the quiet, I am grateful for my unfoldment. How does that happen? As we'll discuss this week and next, it's being the change that you would see in your world, in this world. So in the silence, consider this: I am an agent of change in the world for the good. Let these thoughts stir within your being, stir you to inspiration, stir you to an understanding and awareness of new things, a new future, a new hope. And for now, bring your awareness back to this time, the place where you are, with gratitude. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and be back here. And so it is. I've missed having a quiz to start this out. Haven't done that for a couple of weeks. But it's not it's not a hard quiz. Let me tell the story. And I'm looking today for first names. Looking for a first name. Two of them, as a matter of fact. So as I start telling the story, if you know what you're talking about, the first names of these two men, it would be fun if one of them were a woman. But they are two men, as history records it. They were born in Dayton, Ohio, to a clergyman father who eventually became a bishop in his church. But in the process, he moved around. 12 times, I think, they moved before they came back to Dayton. I understand this because I had a clergyman father, and I can count 20 places that I lived in my life. Moving around was just part of it. They were bright young men, and they were brothers. You probably figured that out. These bright young men never actually did get a diploma from high school, bright though they were. And when they landed back in Dayton, Ohio, they went into business. They did a little printing, made a newspaper, and then opened up a machine shop where they took care of printing presses and bicycles and all sorts of mechanical things. And they would repair them and they would build them. It was just their aptitude. They had a great aptitude for this. But something else came along for them. When they had been much younger, their father had given them a toy. Have you got an answer?
I got names, but
What? Go ahead.
Orville and Wilbur.
You got it, Rick.
We put it in the chat. We put it in the chat.
You were beat out, but well, I think it was. He set his hand up for a while. We're going to give you both the prize. I think that must be John, right?
Yep.
Or was it Bobby?
And me.
And Kay. Oh, everybody. Orville and Wilbur Wright. They got this toy as a child. A aeronautical engineer that was in France made a toy helicopter. It was made of paper and bamboo and cork and a rubber band. And they loved that toy. And it just instilled in them a great desire to fly. You know how the story somewhat goes. Well, that toy broke, but they just went and built another one. So they had that carrying them on, that energy of wanting to fly. They were repairing bicycles in their shop, And they realized that the bicycle had a lot in common with a flying machine. So they used some of those principles and began to experiment. But they first thought they ought to be able to know how to handle a vehicle in the air. And so they took to what was common at that time, gliding. And they would glide for a period of time. No power, just gliding, the wind and the craft. That's all. But it took them some time before they began to say there's got to be a little bit more to this, not just gliding. And so they went to a place that, remember they're from Dayton, Ohio. They went to Kitty Hawk. You remember the Kitty Hawk? On the Carolinas coast, and there was nice soft sand there, steady breezes. So when the glide came to an abrupt end, there was no damage done. Eventually, they figured out how to curve the wings and get some more lift on the glider, and they experimented for years. Steadfast. They spent a lot of time on that hill in the Carolinas. Eventually, they put a motor to that. They had some help. Back in their machine shop in Dayton, they had a machinist that was really excellent at what he did, and he made an engine for them out of aluminum because it had to be light. It was unusual at the time. But eventually, they got a few feet off the ground and a few feet forward. And then flight after flight and model after model, right 1, right 2, right 3, they made a vehicle that even the engineers from prestigious universities had to say, I think that works. I think they've got it. They figured something out. So eventually they arrived to the point where they got publicity because they would stay in the air for an hour and they'd do loops and figure eights to show the flexibility and the maneuverability of their craft. So it was. Orville and Wilbur changed our world. So that's where we start out. The question in our title today, is it possible to change the world? We're so stuck, many of us, on being certain about things, having them just be nailed down, that we forget the wisdom of Heraclitus. There's nothing permanent but change. It is possible to change the world, and we'd like to develop that a little bit today. There's no progress without change. If we don't change something, we don't move forward. Lao Tzu put it this way: change is a natural, constant, and essential part of life. We know this. We've heard stories about even tiny bits of change that make a big impact. You heard of the butterfly effect? Butterfly effect. The wings of a butterfly affecting something thousands and thousands of miles away. So I want to talk today about 2 ways of addressing this question: is it possible to change the world? I want to talk about you, and I want to talk about this community, Unity of Payson. We could extend that to a larger community, to a state, to a nation, to a world, but we're going to stick with these 2 things today. Is it possible from small beginnings, as the Wright brothers had, to change the world? What do you need to release or see released in order that change can occur? Well, for Wilbur and Orville, It changed, it was just in them. The idea that it was impossible to fly was in the consciousness of so many people, the masses, but there was a change in Wilbur, Muller, and Orville. They had to release the idea that flying was impossible, that maneuvering a craft in the air was impossible. That's something to be released. We talked in the first message in this month about embracing what is. Taking what is as a starting point, embracing it, knowing that it is intended and it is intended for good, however it may appear on the outside. And we start there. But right after that comes the willingness to change. And the change is often in our thought process. Like Donna said earlier, it's an inner job. It starts on the inside. So changing perspective is critical to change that manifests in the world. Wayne Dyer said it this way: you have to change the way you look at things, the things you look at changed. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Often this requires spiritual surrender. We have our ideas and we're stuck on them and we think they're right and we just keep hammering away. It's kind of like we're spiritual gamblers. We keep thinking if we play another hand, another round, make another bet, then eventually we'll win it all. But that's the human ego-related approach to change. And it's not so. So spiritual surrender is an opening of heart and mind to change, and an opening to the spirit within, that nature that is in each and every one of us, that is creative, that allows us to make transformational change. Releasing, important. How about the snake? You ever walk around and all of a sudden you see this snake skin on the ground? The snake has shed its skin. Well, the primary reason that snake sheds its skin is appropriate to this unfoldment that we talk about. The snake is too big for the skin. And so it must shed the skin in order for a new skin to grow, to accommodate. In fact, small snakes may just shed their skin very frequently as they begin to grow. But it's also important that when a snake may be injured in some way or another, that new skin allows for healing. The old skin is shed. The new skin is comforting, is a balm that provides healing. Or it could be that old skin had picked up some parasites or something detrimental to the health of that snake. And so the shedding of the skin releases and allows wholeness and expansion and growth. The same is true for you and me. There are those things that are not doing us any good. We may have done them forever. We may be really fond of them. We may be stuck on them, but we don't move forward. We are not part of the change until we release them. So we have a question for our title for the message. Is it possible to change the world? So this first point, I'm going to end with a question. We're not going to answer all these questions, by the way. We'll answer some of them in soul connection after the service as we sit together and discuss this a little bit. Hope those of you who are with us online will also join us for that. What Do you, or would we, remember I'm talking about you, and I'm talking about this unity of Payson community as well. What would we see released? And then we go on to say, what do you, or what do we see coming to life? I spoke about transformation. It's not always that we have a unique, absolutely, we usually build on something that's there, but we transform it by releasing and bringing new energy, new inspiration, new imagination, new creativity to the change that we would see. Starts often in very tiny beginnings. In our country, there were a relative few. Kay reminded us of this in Saturday's Old Boost yesterday. Relatively few men, maybe 20 or so, that wrote the Constitution of the United States. They started with a small beginning of 20 men coming together in agreement to create something new, to transform the way that government worked with the people who are governed. But another example that we're very familiar with, if we have any connection with Christianity, is that there was a carpenter in a small village, not very eminent, who experienced enlightenment and awareness to a level none had seen before. And with him came a band of followers who caught that vision as well. And so Jesus, the master teacher, began something that was new, some change in the world. First, it seemed a little bit like the old, and then suddenly it became quite new. Followers of the way, they called it. And the book of Acts in the Christian scriptures talks about that. It doesn't actually use the words change the world, but pretty close. It says, those who have turned the world upside down have come here too. Turning the world upside down, a totally different perspective. And a very powerful movement that was, that continued after that master teacher was no longer there. Again in Acts, the verse goes like this in Acts 1:8. You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, in all Judea and Samaria, and unto the ends of the earth. A very small, humble beginning that changed the world. Well, evolution and unfoldment beckons to us, calls to us. You too are a child of God. You too are an expression of the divine. You too can open heart and mind and change perspective, releasing what you need to release and getting a vision for the new, the transformed you and the transformed world. Like the Wright brothers, small beginnings, a process that they moved through over years and years that led to a change in the world. Such is also possible for us. What do you see coming to life? What do we as a Unity of Payson community see coming to life? And then the third point that I'd like to make. What is your role, or what is our role as a community in the change. Maya Angelou said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Again, that perspective change that's requisite to creation, requisite to change for good in the world. I can't emphasize enough the requirement for spiritual guidance here. Not doing things the same way you've always done them, not saying if I try a little harder, I'll finally get there, but going within. Culturing the consciousness that allows us to express that vision. Do not neglect spiritual guidance. Do not neglect time in the quiet. Do not neglect meditation, prayer. It's requisite if you would have a role of change that comes from the divine. So it requires a change in consciousness. I'm tempted sometimes to say this about Unity of Payson. Let's talk about Unity of Payson for a minute. Well, we're just a small church over here, but you might want to come over and check us out. Well, isn't that unempowered? How about changing a consciousness from we're a small church just getting by, we haven't gone out of business yet. What's your vision? What is yours to do in this church, in this world, in this community? And I want to present just a couple of things. I hear this all the time. Sometimes I hear it in negative terms. How about the vision for healing the separation in our world? How about the vision for healing the separation within ourselves, within this Unity of Payson community? Might that be a role that you'll play? What about reaching out across those lines of division with love, not fear? How about that? Is that your role? I sometimes wonder if I ought to go to places where people don't think much like I do and just reach out. Just be there. Just listen. Share when prompted, but just listen and do something that creates a real change, a healing and separation. And something that's sprung up from within our community here. What about the proliferation of kindness? You have a Kindness Works for All shirt on, Rick?
Yes, I do.
Kindness Works for All, something that was birthed here in our community. Very small beginning. Been around for a while. We've done a few things, but it's a process. But maybe the role for you, I know you, Charlotte, see a role in this for you. Maybe the role is to promote kindness in our world. Is it possible to change the world? And I would like to say this. Just as it was possible for all the great creators that we can look to historically, the Orwell and Wilburs of the world, it's possible for you to be an agent in changing the world. Remember that butterfly effect? The little actions done out of love have their impact. and they connect with a community like the Unity of Payson, or a larger community that's worldwide, or a larger community that's in our community of Payson. It is possible to change the world. Number one, it's possible to set an example. If you don't want separation, don't do anything that promotes separation. Don't spend your time thinking about separation and how you don't like it. Actually, you'll get more of it if you do. Set an example. Set an example to love and to take your focus off of fear. And bring along your spiritual acumen, because you're going to need it. This is not just a human thing. This is a spiritual thing. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we can't forget the fundamental need for our change within before it shows in the world without. Add that to our physical genius, we can radically change the world. So I say, just don't think it's not possible, because I'm telling you, and I'm telling me, we can change the world. We can change good old me. We can change the consciousness. We can open to a divine surge from within us, and it will change the world. That small town dream of the Wright brothers could be there for us as well. So after the service, we'll get a little refreshment here, or take just a little bit of break, 10 minutes maybe. And we'll come back and we'll ask these questions. And I hope you'll join us if you're online as well, because we're going to put the camera so it can see you as well as us, and we can talk together. What do we see being released? We'll talk primarily about us as a community. What do we see coming to life? We spotted, there's a glimmer here. Let's bring that to life. And what is our role? The answer is yes. Within you is the ability, the possibility to change the world. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Neal. Before we do tithes and offerings, I was wanting to read a little bit from the Daily Word today, Sunday, July 20th. And so the affirmation is, spiritual surrender is my path to peace. And it says, it's natural to have ideas and preferences about how things should be and to work toward the results I want. But I can exhaust myself if I attempt to exert control over my life's circumstances. In fact, the more I try, the less control I feel I have. Releasing the illusion of control, I practice spiritual surrender. So much more than giving up, surrendering my efforts and my hopes to the divine within me is an act of empowerment. It means living my faith that God is in and through all things. It means trusting that there are outcomes better than the ones I have imagined. I give up trying to control outcomes and relax, welcoming serendipity and ease. So, let us do that. Let us welcome serendipity and ease. If we're looking for it, we'll find it. So now it's time for tithes and offerings. And Unity of Payson is a source of spiritual nourishment. In this community, let us receive gratefully and give generously. If you are here in person, we have a basket over by the door to receive your gift. And we encourage you to give before or after a service or classes. For those online, please donate at unityofpayson.org. There is information on the slides for that. So let's say our giving affirmation together. Freely we give and freely we receive. And our special music today is Courage to Change.
World, I want to leave you better. I want my life to matter. I am afraid I have no purpose here. I watch the news on TV, abandon myself daily. I am afraid to let you see the real me. When it falls, when it falls, pouring on me, the rain it falls, when it falls, sowing the seeds of love and hope, love and hope. We don't have to stay stuck in the weeds. Have I the courage to change? Have I the courage to change? Have I the courage to change today? Have I the courage to change? Have I the courage to change? Have I the courage to change today? You're not alone in all this. You're not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. You're not alone in all this. You're not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. World, you're not alone in all this. You're not alone, I promise. Standing together, we can do anything. I want to leave you better. I want my life to matter. I am afraid I have no purpose here. When it falls, when it falls, pouring on me, the rain it falls, when it falls, sowing the seeds of love and hope, love and hope. We don't have to stay
So, we're going to continue next week with our theme, Becoming the Change, and our affirmation, by accepting the change we see around us, changing our consciousness to match our desires, and being the change we wish to see, we change the world. And our speaker is Reverend Julian.
It's Reverend Julianne Lewis.
That's what I said.
Slide is wrong.
Reverend Julianne Lewis. And please join us.
Be the change.
Be the change. All right. I'm going to share a few announcements. We have Qigong with Teresa Tuesdays and Thursdays on Zoom at 9:30 a.m. We have Ladies Crafters meeting tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to work on stained glass sun catchers. And please join us. And then we also have a prayer chaplains meeting before that at 11. And we'll do that in person and on Zoom. And we also have on Tuesday, the writers group, The Renewed Pen. And that's at 4 p.m., second and fourth Tuesdays of the month on Zoom. So you can join us from anywhere. I want to mention our self-service library, straight in the back. And I just brought some more books in. We have like a whole shelf of Fillmore books. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the founders of Unity. Oh, and we also have I just want to say something about the library before I forget. So what you do is you take a book you want, and then you take the card out, sign your name on it, and file it in a little card box by author's last name. And you can keep the book for 3 to 4 weeks and bring it back on a Sunday, and we'll see you then. And then just take the card, put it back, cross your name out, and put it back in the back of the book and refile it on the shelf. The shelf is labeled by author's last name letters, like A to F. You're going to find Fillmore on shelf 1 and 2, Myrtle Fillmore, Charles Fillmore. So if you're looking for Fillmore, we got it. And we're having an intro to Yin Yoga class. And Earl is going to lead that. And this is ahead of time, but it's July 27th. So it's going to be next Sunday, 4 to 5:30. And it's limited to the first 15. So please RSVP by text to this number, 602-510-9815. 602-510-9815. Please bring a mat and a blanket, and it's right here, 90 minutes. So we'll see you then. And we have a PS from Neil.
I'll just put an exclamation mark on all of that, and we'll move to the close of our service. We're going to say the prayer for protection, as we always do, but we're singing the peace song at the end as our last song. And remember that line in the peace song? Let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Exactly what we're talking about this morning. So if you're here in person, I invite you to stand as we do the prayer for protection and then sing. Then after that, about 10 minutes, and we'll be back here. And we hope you'll join us if you're online as well for our soul connection and asking those questions of ourselves. And about 20 minutes it'll be. You can bring your coffee, and Tom made cookies. And cookies if you're here. If you're at home, go ahead and get another cup of coffee and maybe just a quick snack and meet us back here. So here we go together with a prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you. And the peace song, if you want to grab somebody's hand as we sing it, please do. And go ahead, Don.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, this is my joyous thought. I take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.
Thank you for being here. A few minutes break, and we'll come back for Soul Connection. And